Over the weekend, I was able to see James Gunn's Superman on the newest IMAX screen in Hesperia, California at the Cinema West Theater. And I'm very excited that the IMAX experience has come to the high desert region, because typically we do not get a lot of upgrades when it comes to the theater experience. I really enjoy the Cinema West Theater in Hesperia. I've seen a number of movies on it. I actually think their sound system is top-notch compared to the Cinemark Theater in Victorville and Apple Valley. Now, with IMAX technology coming to the Cinema West Theater, I wanted to compare it to the Ontario, California Theater, because that is the only IMAX screen that I've been to. I yearn to go to the Hollywood screen that is that much bigger. However, I really, really adore the IMAX experience in Ontario, California. And for a number of reasons, honestly, because the Regal Theater in Ontario is probably my favorite movie theater to go to. I have a lot of nostalgia when it comes to that theater. I've been there with my family. I've seen a lot of my favorite movies on that screen. And especially more recently, as IMAX is becoming more prominent, some of my most recent favorite movies I've seen on that screen. Now, when it comes to comparing the two screens, a Reddit post actually said that the screen in Ontario is 91 feet wide and 67 feet high. The screen in Hesperia, when compared to this, is not as big as that screen. However, you are not getting shorted on size. The screen in Hesperia is a giant screen. It has been marketed as a giant screen. You have to pay a giant screen price when you've gone to this theater. And I actually think that IMAX bringing this technology to this giant screen is going to do a world of good for it. Now, I thought Superman would be a great movie to test this out. And I can honestly say I enjoyed the experience of Superman because the colors on the screen were absolutely beautiful. IMAX is advertising this theater to now have laser projection with enhanced brightness, deeper contrast, and just a broader color palette. You can honestly see this on screen. The movies that I've seen on the past before this upgrade, you can say that even though this screen was huge and the movies were beautiful on it, you did get the sense that the projector technology was lagging behind, especially because as the theater experience started to decline, theaters had no reason to upgrade this experience, right? I'm really glad that Cinema West decided to do this because, again, I enjoy this theater. I think the fact that they are putting money into this shows that they want people to be at the theater. They want people to enjoy the experience. And I did enjoy the screen experience in watching this movie at their theater. Now, the other thing they are advertising is IMAX Precision sound. And in the past, I've always enjoyed this theater sound system. Some of the screens at this theater are better than the others. I actually think that this screen in which they've upgraded could have used a sound upgrade. It is very noticeable that it has received this upgrade. Specifically, I will say that I really had a great time listening to the soundtrack of this movie, especially those needle drop moments that James Gunn is so famous for putting in his films. Also, every crash, every bang, every crumble of the building, you really hear it in this theater now. And I can honestly say that this upgrade was worth it. And again, I've been at this screen before. I've seen other films on it, and I've actually chosen smaller screens over it before this upgrade because I know that other screens have better sound systems on it, and I'll enjoy it that much more. This upgrade was needed. Now, this theater, as I remember it, did already have stadium seating. They're marketing it that they've upgraded it. I actually didn't see much of an upgrade. Perhaps it's something that I'm just not remembering. However, there are no reclining seats in this theater, at least to my knowledge. The seat that I've had is not reclining. Personally, and this is honestly a hot take, I know this because I don't prefer reclining seats. When I'm sitting for a long time, my circulation starts to get cut off. I feel it more in my legs with reclining seats that I've been sitting for 2+ hours. So I'm actually glad this theater doesn't have reclining seats. Other people are going to disagree with me. That's fine. Personally, I don't think the theater experience needs reclining seats. Comfortable seats, yes. And the seats are very comfortable at this theater. you will feel like you're sitting on a very plush leather seat. They're great seats. Now, the IMAX screen in Ontario does not have reclining seats either. So I don't really think there's a huge variance as far as, hey, this one has reclining seats, this one does not. Now, where these variants are important, with the screen size, as I said, with the reclining seats, and with the fact that, to me, being that this is not an actual IMAX screen, I actually think that you are getting a really good value for going to this screen in Hesperia, California. When you buy a ticket for an actual IMAX theater, it is $27.50, at least in Ontario. I've paid that much. You take the whole family. It's going to be really expensive, especially after you buy popcorn, snacks, the whole deal. Now, in Hesperia, the price is $14.50. And I actually think that's a really good value considering, again, you're not getting that huge screen size. You are getting an upgraded projector, which I think is way more important at times. And you're getting amazing sound. Also, if you live in the high desert area, now you don't have to drive 45 minutes away and potentially get traffic on the way to the theater. It's a big benefit that now we can have that IMAX experience, even if it's only 70% of what you're going to get at an actual IMAX theater that was built for the screen, that was built for the sound system. And you're going to enjoy it. You're going to have a good time. Now, this screen that's been upgraded for IMAX is fairly new. This technology is a major upgrade for it. I think that it's going to have a long life. I think that people are going to enjoy a big library of films on this screen, and I'm looking forward to coming back to this theater for all the movies that are made for IMAX. But let me know what you think. Are you considering going to this IMAX theater if you live in the high desert area? I understand that this video is a little bit more regionalized. What are your favorite IMAX screens in California and the US? Are there any that I should look forward to visiting? Let me know. And thank you for watching. Bye.